So welcome everyone to the class on theoretical distribution of data. So already we have studied about continuous probability distribution where we have already discussed about normal distribution. Maybe or may not be you guys would be aware that you have studied normal distribution because you have studied something called measure of central tendency where you studied about mean, median, mode. In mean you studied about arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. Okay, and then you studied about measure of dispersion, in which you studied measure of mean deviation, quartile deviation, all this you studied standard deviation. So, so whenever we talk about data, right? So in statistics, what we study how we can work on a data. So where the first step, if you remember, is the collection of the data, where you remember we work on primary data, secondary data, and once we get the data, we try to organize the data, classify the data, and then we start working on the analysis part. So when we work on the analysis part, we need to understand that basically your data are of two types. Either your data is discrete in nature or either it is continuous in nature. So when your data is continuous in nature, we believe that it follows certain property. One of the property which we believe is called measure of central tendency. Okay, measure of central tendency. What is measure of central tendency? It is the possibility that maximum of your data will aggregate at one point, which we call as a measure of central tendency. In general sense, those who people don't know about measure of central tendency, those who are not from statistics background, they represent this with mu or mean. Okay, and then there's a possibility that all the data may or may not be at center. There would be aggregation of data. So they might be dispersed from the center, which we study in the term of measure of dispersion. Okay, so going further, okay, when we study normal distribution, that time we'll talk about how your data are segregated. Okay, so like plus minus of one standard deviation, then two standard deviation, three standard deviation, all that we study, like segregation of a data, how your data gets segregated. Okay, so you can remember this curve. This curve, what you see, no, this is called normal distribution curve. In this normal distribution curve, it follow the property that the formula which you should remember, 1 by sigma root 2 pi e to the power minus 1 by 2 x bar minus mu by sigma whole square. This is the formula of probability distribution function of a normal distribution. So this we're going to study. And maybe if you have studied in your PU statistics, you would have studied about normal distribution. So when we talk about normal distribution follow continuous distribution pattern. That's why if you remember, when you used to get a problem of class interval and frequency, if your class interval used to be discrete in nature, then the first step what your teacher used to taught you is to convert the discrete class interval into continuous. I hope you remember. That's how their word came called class boundary, lower class boundary, upper class boundary, where lower class boundary is lower class limit minus d by 2, where upper class boundary is upper class limit plus d by 2. Do you remember all these concepts, guys? You have done, right? When class interval and frequency used to be given to you when you used to work on mean, median, mode, or standard deviation calculations and all, what the first thing you should do? You should convert the discrete class interval into continuous. Why we should convert it? Because it follow a continuous distribution pattern. May or you may not be, you would be aware about this because it follow normal distribution. Clear, everyone? So about normal distribution, you have already studied. Okay, here in this chapter, first we'll study about binomial distribution, then we'll study about Poisson distribution, and then again, I'm going to talk about normal distribution curve, where I'm going to talk about the property of this curve, okay, where 68.26% of data lies in the plus minus of one standard deviation, while plus minus of two standard deviation, I'll talk about 95.44% of data lies, where plus minus of three standard deviation, 99.73% of your data lies. We'll discuss about this. Anyone knows about this normal distribution curve, bell shaped curve and all? Anyone aware about this fact? Anyone? You can use chat option or you can tell me. You all have studied about normal distribution? Knowingly or unknowingly, you know about this bell shaped curve? Yeah. So guys, first time we are interacting with each other. So if possible, please try to respond more so that I can understand like where you guys are standing right now in the knowledge of statistics. Okay. So normal distribution, we're going to study more. Yeah. So in PU, you studied about normal distribution, the property of normal distribution. That is very important. Like, so in a standard normal distribution curve, okay, your quartile deviation is 2/3 of the standard deviation. Okay. While your mean deviation is 4/5 of standard deviation, your quartile deviation is 2/3 of standard deviation. Is your mean deviation is where your mean deviation is 4/5 of standard deviation. One question comes based on this formula. Okay, so this is very important formula. Property of standard normal distribution curve. Okay, so normal distribution curve, again, we'll spend a lot of time working on normal distribution curve. Right now, what I was trying to tell you from last 12 minutes is that already you should know about normal distribution. You should be in position that you should connect the dots between measure of central tendency, measure of dispersion, between normal distribution. What are these? These are univariate data analysis. So when you're trying to analyze the data, okay, if your data is single in nature, you want to do the property of that data, you want to do postmortem of a data, then we work on univariate data analysis where we studied about measure of central tendency and measure of dispersion. Okay, already we have studied about these things. Okay, then the next thing what we want to talk about is the discrete probability distribution. So when we talk about discrete probability distribution, in discrete probability distribution, we're going to talk about binomial distribution and Poisson distribution. So first I'll talk about binomial distribution, then I'll talk about Poisson distribution. I'll try to explain you how Poisson distribution is a limiting case of binomial distribution. Again, what is binomial distribution? What is Poisson distribution? Okay, again, you would have studied most probably in UPU, and I'll consider that you have less information about these distributions, and I'll try to do as basic as possible. Okay, you can spend some time and read about the introduction part. Okay, now coming to the binomial distribution. Okay, so what is binomial distribution? So binomial distribution is a discrete distribution pattern. Okay, so what about this binomial distribution? Binomial distribution is basically, it is a foundation of binomial theorem. If you have studied binomial theorem in PU, or if you have studied about probability in past, then probability or binomial theorem all basically based on what? They're based on binomial distribution. So when we talk about binomial distribution, the person who's done the remarkable work on binomial distribution, his name was Bernoulli, and he has worked on some kind of experiments which we call the random experiments. So when we talk about random experiments, what do you mean by random experiments? Possibly random experiments are those experiments where we know the outcomes. Okay, but even then we don't know like what is gonna happen. Okay, we don't know what, like if you toss a coin, so you don't know either it will come head or tail. You know that in whenever you toss the coin, you get either head or either tail, and the probability of getting head is 1/2, probability of getting tail is 1/2. But what will come head or tail, you don't know. So when we study probability, in the probability, when you work on repeated trial, their binomial distribution come in picture. Okay, and the person who has worked on this process, his name was Bernoulli, and this process is called Bernoulli process. Clear, everyone? So far, anyone have any doubt? This much clear? Everyone, please reply. This much clear, everyone? You can respond. Okay, so this is a little bit theoretical in beginning, and gradually as we progress, the mathematical part will come. I hope I'm audible. Everyone can listen me very carefully. Okay, so going further in binomial distribution, certain features of binomial distributions you should know, that this is what is given here, that in binomial distribution, we work on something called trial. It's a discrete events. It is discrete event. It's not like a normal distribution where things are continuous. Here things are discrete in nature, where we perform experiment. And the experiment what we perform is called trial. And when you work on a binomial distribution, you can only work on limited trials. You cannot work on infinite trials. You cannot toss a coin infinite times. You can toss a coin maybe 100 times or 2000 times or 3000 times. But there would be always a limited trials. Okay. And whenever you perform a trial, every trial is associated with two mutually exclusive and exhaustive outcomes. Okay. What are mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive outcomes are those outcomes which cannot happen together. Okay. Like right now I'm teaching you, so that is one event. Okay, the other event can be watching a movie or maybe watching the match between England and Netherlands, what is happening right now. So most probably I'm not doing those things together. Imagine if somebody are doing those things together, then these are not mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events are those events which cannot happen together. So when we work on binomial distribution, so in the case of binomial distribution, we are talking about an events. Okay, those events what you work on, they have limited possibility that you can perform them a limited number of time. And whenever you perform this experiment, every time you get an outcome. Okay, and that outcome have two possibility: either you get a success or either you get a failure. Okay, normally we say that getting head is a success in tossing a coin, while getting tail is a failure in tossing a coin. Okay, or maybe if you're playing with a dice. Okay, so then getting one number is 1/6, not getting that number is 5/6. I hope you can understand this fact. So here, when we are working on a binomial distribution, we are assuming that you are working on limited number of trials, and whenever you work on these trials, every trial is associated with two possibilities. Those two possibilities cannot happen together. Okay, where the occurrence of one possibility is called success, while the occurrence of other possibility is called failure. This much I believe everyone is clear. Every trial what you perform are independent in nature. Okay, the outcome of one trial does not affect the outcome of the next trial. So when you toss a coin, suppose if you 10 times if you tossed a coin, okay, so now the 11th time if you're tossing a coin, your outcome what you're going to get in 11th time is not dependent on the last 10 trials. I hope you're getting. So in the case of binomial distribution, we believe that we are working on limited number of trials. Every trial will give you success or failure. Okay, one event we call a success, automatically the other event will become a failure. So normally in mathematics, when you work on a binomial distribution, the success we represent with some symbol called P. Okay, and the failure we represent with the symbol Q. So automatically P plus Q will be 1. Okay, the probability of what is P? P is the probability of getting success. What is Q? Q is the probability of getting failure. Clear, everyone? So whenever we work on binomial distribution, whenever I'm talking about binomial distribution, so in the case of binomial distribution, certain concept we should know. We study trials, okay, where the trials are limited in nature. Okay, and every time when we work on a trial, every time when we work on a trial, every trial is associated with a probability which is called a success, while there's another probability which is called as failure. And whenever we work on these trials, each trials are independent of the previous trial. This much is clear, everyone? Okay, so you can say that the success probability plus failure probability, whenever you work on binomial distribution, the sum would be equal to 1. Clear? Okay. Next thing is that whenever we are working on binomial distribution, the next fact you should remember that the probability where what we work on a binomial distribution, it follow a distribution formula which is called NCR, P to the power R, Q to the power N minus R. This is very important formula. So whenever we work on a binomial distribution, how I can calculate my probability distribution? So this is the formula for that. Okay. So what is NCR? I hope everyone know what is NCR, what is NPR, what is NCR, what is NPR. Okay, I hope everyone knows what is NCR. So NCR formula is, what is NCR formula? When I talk about NCR, what is the formula of NCR? The NCR formula is NCR is equal to N factorial by R factorial into N minus R factorial. Okay, so whenever you are working on a binomial distribution, we believe that binomial distribution, you will get trials. Okay, you work on limited number of trials. Okay, and every trial is associated with two outcomes where these two outcomes are mutually exclusive and exhaustive in nature, where there's a possibility that you get a success. One event you call a success, while the other event you call as a failure, and the probability distribution function follow this formula. Clear, everyone? So far, any doubt? So far, anyone have any doubt? Okay, so please remember, whenever you study binomial distribution, it is biparametric in nature. It is biparametric in nature. Okay, the biparametric in nature, because biparametric means it have two parameters. One parameter is n. N means number of trials you will do. The other parameter is the p. P means probability of getting a success. While when you study Poisson distribution, it would be uniparametric in nature. So when we study binomial distribution, it is biparametric in nature, where the mean of a binomial distribution is represented with a formula called n into p. Okay, where the formula variance of a binomial distribution is n into p into q, and you have to always understand that the mean will be always greater than the variance in the case of binomial distribution. So if your variance is n into p into q, so your standard deviation, the formula of the standard deviation would be square root of n into p into q. Any doubt? So these, please remember these, the formula of mean, the formula of variance, the formula of standard deviation. Why mean is greater than variance? You can use your common sense. Okay, because P and Q, where when we talk about P and Q, the value of P and Q would be less than or equal to 1. Okay, so you should understand the value is less than 1. So definitely when you multiply two number which are less than 1 again with another integer, so definitely the value would be lesser than the earlier value. So the mean of a binomial distribution is always more than the variance, where the formula of mean, variance, all that is clear, right? Everyone. Next thing is that the formula of mode. What is the formula of mode? The formula of mode is n plus 1 into p, where this should be integer. Okay, this should be maximum integral value. Okay, you find the value of n plus 1 into p, and if you are getting decimal in the form of decimal, maybe if you are getting a mode called 6.35, okay, then your mode will be 6. Okay, so we'll not consider the decimal part, we'll only consider the integer part. So these formulas are very important. Mean is equal to n into p, variance is equal to n into p into q, the standard deviation is root of npq, mode is n plus 1 into p. This much clear, everyone? Formula wise, these formulas are very important for you. You have to remember this formula. Okay, so again, binomial distribution, you work on limited number of trials. Every trial have success and failure, and the sum of probability of success and failure is 1. That is called, that's why it is called exhaustive events, mutually exclusive, because success and failure cannot happen together. Every trial is independent of the next trial and the previous trial. Okay, everyone, I hope you guys are writing down these formulas. Okay, that thing are pretty obvious. Okay, going further, if I talk about binomial distribution, okay, so you have to remember that if your probability of success or probability of failure is 1 by 2 or 0.5, okay, then you will get the maximum variance. Okay, that time your distribution will be symmetrical in nature. Then you will get a symmetrical distribution. Okay, if your P and Q is equal to 1 by 2, that time you will get a symmetrical distribution, and at that time your variance would be maximum. And how much would be your variance? Variance would be n by 4. N is what? The data. Why n by 4? You know the formula, right? Variance formula, n into P into Q. Your P, what is P? 1 by 2. What is Q? 1 by 2. So how much would be your variance? N by 4. There's one question also came in is there in module based on this. There's a one question is also there. If I go below section B, if I go, yeah, set B, if I go, so yeah. If you see question number third, what would be the greatest value of variance of x where n is equal to 16? So what would the greatest value of variance? That would be 4. And I just now I told you the formula. What would be the formula? Just now I told you the formula, n by 4. The maximum variance you will get if your p and q are equal to 1 by 2, 1 by 2. And the maximum variance would be n by 4. Clear? So if your n is 16, what would be your maximum variance? 4. And what would be your standard deviation? 2, square root of 4. You know, right? Square root of variance is standard deviation. If you see this question number 2, x is a binomial variable where n is equal to 20. What is the mean if it's symmetrical? If it's symmetrical means your p and q is 0.5. So what would be your mean? What is the mean formula? Mean formula is n into p. Okay, your mean formula is n into p. And here what is n? N is 20. So if n is 20, your p would be, if the symmetrical means your p would be half. Sorry, my pen is not working. If your p would be half, okay. So if your p would be half, then what would be the value of mean? If it's symmetrical, that would be 10. Clear? So these properties, what is given in your book, it is very important. You have to remember these properties. You have to remember this. So if tomorrow, in case if you're writing exam and you forget, okay, when the binomial distribution curve is symmetrical, okay, at what condition of p and q? In case if you forgot that when your p and q is 0.5, then it is symmetrical in nature. So that time you might not able to solve question number 2, although that question is very easy. Clear na everyone? Question number 2, what is your answer? Answer is 10. What is the formula of mean? N into P in the case of binomial distribution. So when your distribution is symmetrical in nature, then your P is half. Here the N is given as 20. Okay, so what would the mean? Mean would be 20 into half. 20 into half or 20 into 0.5, your mean would be equal to 10. Question number 3, when your distribution is symmetrical, that time only you will get a maximum variance. And the formula of maximum variance is n by 4. If n is 16, then what would be your maximum variance? Your maximum variance would be 4. Question number 2 and 3, clear everyone? 2 and 3, anyone have doubt? Question number 2 and 3. Anyone have any doubt? So here, question number 2, your answer would be 10. Okay, the answer would be 10 because when it's symmetrical, P is half. Okay, and the mean formula is N into P. Okay, question number 3, your answer would be 4. You get a maximum variance. So that time your formula of maximum variance is N by 4. Okay, thank you. So question number 1, what is the standard deviation? If the N is 48 and probability of recovery is 0.75. 0.75, can I write 3 by 4? I hope you understand. So what is the formula of standard deviation? The standard deviation would be root of P N P Q. Okay, N is what? N is 48. What is your N? N is 48 and P is 3 by 4. And what would be your Q? 1 by 4. I hope you are getting. So 4 4 is 16, 16 3 is 48. So you will get root of 9 means 3. So what is the standard deviation? Standard deviation would be 3. You know the formula, right? Under root of NPQ. So here N is given 0.75. In case if you don't understand very good in maths, you can directly do 48 into 0.75 into 0.25. You do this, you'll get 3 only. Clear everyone? Question number 4. I have done so far 3 questions. I hope I'm not doing fast and all. You guys can easily understand what I'm doing. Okay, Bhavya, Chandan, Chandana, Kirtana, Manju, Nisharg, Pawan, Priya, Mokshit. Any doubt? Shevu, Sinchana, Suhas, Varsha, Yashu. Any question you want to ask? So far, we have done 3 questions just based on the property. Okay, mean formula is n into p, variance formula is n into p into q. Always remember that the mean will be greater than variance. If you're not getting why, you can ask me. Okay, the square root of variance, if you do, you'll get the standard deviation. Okay, so question number 4, I told you what is the mode formula, n plus 1 into p. Okay, the mode formula is n plus 1 into p. Condition is that it should be integer. So here, if your n is 15, okay, and probability is 1 by 3, what is the value of mode? Value of mode would be 15 plus 1. If your n is 15, 15 plus 1 is 16. 16 into 1 by 3. 16 into 1 by 3 would be 5.33. Okay, we have to consider the integer value. What is the integer value of 5.33? That would be 5. So what is the value of mode? The mode value would be 5. So fourth question answer is option B. Clear everyone? Clear? So here when we talk about mode, the formula of mode is n plus 1 into p. Okay. So here your n is what? Your n is 15. Okay. So if your n is 15, if your n is 15, okay, and your p is 1 by 3, so 15 plus 1 into 1 by 3, you'll get 16 by 3. 16 by 3 is 5.3333. Okay, so we have to consider only the integral value here. So your mode of the binomial distribution will be 5. Fine. So yeah, if you see question number 5, what is the number of trials of a binomial distribution if the mean is 3? So mean is 3 means n into p is 3, and the standard deviation is, a standard deviation means root of npq. Guys, one thing, tell me, if root of npq is 1.5. Okay, standard deviation is 1.5, na? If I'm not wrong. 1.5. Okay. So can I say NPQ is equal to 1.5 square? Any problem? Okay. Can I write 1.5 as 3 by 2? If you don't have an issue, this would be 9 by 4 or 2.25. So because I don't want to use calculator, so I'm just converting them into fraction. If you are comfortable using calculator, even then calculator is allowed in the exam, you want to use it, it's up to you. But I'll try to avoid using calculator as much as I can. So that's why I'm converted it into fraction. I hope you people won't mind if I do like this. Okay, okay, everyone. So your n into p is 3 and your npq is equal to 9 by 4. You can write 2.25 also. If you want me to write 2.25, tell me, I'll write that only. But then I may not able to do that fast calculation. Okay, so if I divide the equation 2 from equation 1, so I can write np by npq is equal to 3 by 9 by 4. Okay, so this get cancelled. So 1 by q is equal to 3 by 9 into 4. Okay, so this would be 4 by 3. So if your 1 by q is 4 by 3, so your q is 3 by 4. Any doubt, anyone? So if your q is 3 by 4, then your p will be 1 minus 3 by 4. That would be 1 by 4. Any doubt? I'm not using decimals and all. Okay, so 2.25, I'm writing 9 by 4. Is that okay with you people? Because your basic math should be also good. I hope you know that 40 marks come from basic maths. So if you are not able to comprehend 2.25 is 9 by 4, then there's an issue. So here you are getting P as 1 by 4. Here my P is 1 by 4 and my Q is 3 by 4. What they want in this question, they want number of trials. Okay, what for number of trials, guys, you know this na? You know this, right? N into P is 3 na? You know that N into P is 3. So N into what is P? P is 1 by 4. So N into 1 by 4 is 3. So what is N? N is 12. Any doubt? Clear, everyone? Tell me if once you're clear with this, if you have any doubt, ask me. If everyone understood, then I'll go ahead. Please, everyone, please reply. If you're not getting, please tell me. I'll do again. Any part, if you're not getting, please ask me. First time we are interacting with each other, and that too over internet. So I hope you can understand the constraint what we are having. But it's a blessing in disguise. Like I can teach you with multiple pens all together. In class, if I teach in project, maybe I can maximum use one black color marker. Here I can use multiple color. I hope you people are liking whatever I'm teaching. Anyone have any question? Feel free to ask any question. So you know the basic formula, no? The NPQ, all that. We are doing that again, the same thing. Clear, everyone? So then this question number 6, I'll tell you the direct formula of question number 6. Whenever you get coin problem, whenever you are getting coin problem, remember the formula, just use this formula. This formula I made, okay. So with coin, so just remember this formula. So whenever you get any problem on a coin, I'm assuming that your basic knowledge of NCR and NPR is good. So whenever you get a problem on a coin, whenever you're getting a problem on coin, please just use the formula. Probability is equal to NCR by 2 to the power n. Okay, so here what they're asking you, they're giving you that 6 coins are there. What is the probability of getting 3 head? So 6 coins are there. So your n is 6, and they're asking you what is the probability of getting 3 head. Okay, so this would be 6C3 by 2 to the power 3. What is 6C3? If I'm not wrong, it is 20. 20 by, sorry, 2 to the power 6, not 2 to the 3. 20 by 64. So this would be what? This would be 5 by 16. Correct na? What is 5 by 16? 5 by 16, if I'm not wrong, it is 0.3125. Let me check that. 5 by 16 is 6 by 16 minus 1 by 16. 6 by 16 is 0.375. 1 by 3 by 8 and 1 by 16 is 0.0625. This would be 0, 0, no? This would be 1. 0.3125. Clear, everyone? So if they give you a fraction, well and good. If they're not giving a fraction also, you should know. Please remember this formula. Whenever you're getting a coin problem, just remember this formula. All coin problem you can do by using this formula. Probability is equal to NCR by 2 to the power n. Any doubt? You know about NCR, no? Oh sorry, if I don't know, you guys know or don't know how to find 6C3. Okay, you so this is the formula. NCR is equal to n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So if I'm asking you 6C3, so you have to do 6 factorial by 3 factorial into 6 minus 3 factorial. This would be 6 factorial by 3 factorial, 3 factorial. So 6C3 would be 6 factorial would be 6 into 5 into 4, 6 into 5 into 4, 6 into 5 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. Yes, I can write 3 into 2 into 3 factorial. This you can cancel. This you can cancel. You'll get 20. Clear na everyone? So this I wrote directly because I know the value, and then 2 to the power 6 is 64. है ना? 2 to power everyone remember na? 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 3, 8, 2 to the power 4, 16, 2 to the power 5, 32, 2 to the power 6, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096. And all the powers of 2 you have to remember. And that way your calculation will be fast. Oil coin problem you can do like this way. I can solve this question multiple ways. Coin problem, and I'll like in when you write a CA foundation exam, definitely you'll get one coin problem. 100%. Okay. Very recently I made certain questions for one institute where I given these questions. So one of the question I've given even for coin also. Anyway. So this question, like if you're tossing 6 coin, what is the probability of getting 3 head? So 6 coins are there, so you have to understand guys, if 6 coins are there, so your probability will be probability to get 0 head, 1 head, 2 head, 3 head, 4 head, 5 head plus 6 head. These would be a total outcome, and the sum total of this outcome would be 1. Okay, you can remember this like a Pascal triangle. I hope you know what is Pascal triangle. 6 coins are there. So if you remember Pascal triangle, you don't have to do all this. So 0 head, and 6 head, the same probability will be there. 0 head, if you apply my formula, so 0 head would be 6C0 by 2 to the power 6. 1 head would be 6C1 by 2 to the power 6. 2 head would be 6C2 by 2 to the power 6. This would be 6C3 by 2 to the power 6. This would be 6C4 by 2 to the power 6. This would be 6C5 by 2 to the power 6. This would be 6C6 by 2 to the power 6. The sum total would be 1. Okay, and if you just correlate this, you know, right? NCR is equal to NCN minus R. You have studied in permutation combination. This and this will be same. This and this will be same. This and this will be same. So if you actually apply this, this would be 1 by 64. This would be 6 by 64. This would be 15 by 64. This will be 20 by 64. This will be again 15 by 64. This will be 6 by 64. This would be 1 by 64. The sum total would be 1. Now you would be wondering why sir is spending so much time on this, because this is important. You might get a question that 6 coins are tossed together. What is the probability to get at most 2 head? Okay, anyone tell me the answer for this? 6 coins are tossed together for your CA foundation exam. Coin problems are very important. 6 coins are tossed together. What is the probability to get at most 2 head? So the word like at most, at least, these are very important. You should understand these terms. What is at most? What is at least? If you are confused between them, then there's a problem. Anyone, what is the answer for this? Anyone, what is answer? Answer, guys. Priya, Varsha, Xiomi. Guys, please log in with your name. I hope your name cannot be Xiomi. I don't think so. Chinese people are listening to me. Tell me the answer. Anyone? Chandan, Chinmay, Arshita, Nisarga, Pawan, Priya, Mokshit. Anyone answer? 21 by 64. 22 by 64, if I'm not wrong. Varsha. Suhas. Okay, Suhas is telling 0.34375. 22 by 64 means 11 by 32 decimal, so I don't know. So 6 coins, what is at most two head means? What is at most two head means? Probability of 0 head plus 1 head plus 2 head. Can you understand this now? At most, and everyone understand the word at most. 0 head means 6C0 by 2 to the power 6. Okay, 1 head means 6C1 by 2 to the power 6. This is 6C2 by 2 to the power 6. So already six, all these values I have written already for you. Okay, either you should know or you just remember this. So this is nothing, this is 1 plus 6 plus 15 by 64. This would be 22 by 64 or 11 by 32. Logically, they should give you options in fraction. If they are giving you in decimal, I doubtful their mathematical ability. Because logically, all these questions, this comes in with fractions only. Clear? You understand, no? At most, the term. If I ask you the same question, 6 coins are tossed. 6 coins are tossed together. 6 coins are tossed together. What is the probability? What is the probability to get at least two head? Then what is your answer? Anyone? Please remember this Pascal triangle. I hope you know what is Pascal triangle. If I'm asking you at least two head means what you'll do. At least two head means sum total of this. Divide by 64. Either do this or either 1 minus 1 plus 6 by 2 to the power 6. Very good, Suhas. So when I'm asking you at least two head means when I'm asking you at least two head, when I'm asking so when I'm asking you at least two head, so what you have to do, at least two head means two head or three head or four head or five head or six head. Either you do like this or this is also equal to 1 minus probability of 0 head plus 1 head. You do whatever way, you will get the same answer because you know this thing I told in the beginning. For that's reason only I spent so much time discussing these things with you. Clear? Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Suhas, you are giving very good answer, but try to do in fractions. That's just a suggestion. Fine, everyone. Because generally, maybe in CA foundation exam, because calculator is given to you. So, might be given in decimal. But if you write any other exam where the calculator is not given, that time your options will not be in decimal. This much clear, everyone? Try this example 16.1, everyone. Tell me the answer. Everyone try this example 16.1. Coin problem is very important for your exam purpose. So, okay, Yashu is given the answer. Bhavya has given the answer. What about others? Forehead, 10 coins are tossing. Forehead means 10c4 by 2 to the power 10. 10c4, if I'm not wrong, 10c4, 10 into 9 into 8 into 7. Okay. 10c4 would be 120. So 120 by 1024. Then you can dissolve 120 by 1024 divided by 4 divided by 8. 8 also it will go. No, it will go by 16. No, it will not go by 16. It would go by 8. So if it go by 8 means 115 by 1 22 128. 15 by 128. So forehead means just apply my formula. Okay. So coin is tossed 10 times. What if you're already getting forehead? You're getting me, na? So you please don't waste your time. 10c4 by 2 to the power 10. You should know what is 2 to the power 10. 1024. What is 10C4? You don't know 10C4, right? What you do? Write 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So write 10 into 9 into 8 into 7. Okay, can you do like this and divide by 4 factorial? What is 4 factorial? 24. This is 3 zana. 24 3 is 72. Okay, sorry, this is 210, not 10, not 120. So 24 3 zana 1 1 2 3 4. Yeah. So 24 3 is 72. Yeah. So this would be 210. 210 by 1024. You can dissolve it further. Clear now, everyone? 105 by 512. Very good version. Clear, everyone? So if I'm asking you next thing, what was the next part of the question? At least forehead. If I'm asking you at least forehead, if I'm asking you at least forehead means, if I'm asking you at least forehead means forehead plus 5 head plus 6 head plus 7 head plus 8 head plus 9 head plus 10 head. Either you do like this or 1 minus probability of 0 head plus 1 head plus 2 head plus 3 head, which is easy for you. It's up to you. So for me, this part is more easy. So I'll do like this. 1 minus, what is probability of 0 head means 10C0. Can I write directly? I don't know, you guys will be comfortable. So I'll write 10C0, 10C1 plus 10C2 plus 10C3 by 1024, 2 to the power 10. I hope you people are not finding difficult. 1 minus 10C0 is 1, 10C1 is 10, 10C2 would be 45, 10C3 would be 10 into 9 into 8 by 6. So 9 8 is 72 means 120. 120 by 200 by 2 to the power 10, 1024. I hope now I can write 1 minus, so this would be 55, 56, 56 plus this would be 176 by 102. Just solve this, you'll get the answer. Clear now, everyone? Any doubt? So either you do like this, or you should know the Pascal triangle, or you should know the Pascal. You know what is Pascal triangle, guys, by the way? Are you understanding what is happening? What I'm doing, I'm writing next number, but just adding them. 1 plus 6, 7. This is 21. This is 30. This is 21. This is 7. This is 1. Then 1, 8, 28. Then 51. Then you're understanding, right? So then this would be 51. Then 28. Then 8. Then 1. So or you write the Pascal triangle. The sum of this is always 2 to the power n. This is 2 to the power 0. This is 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, like that. Understood, everyone? Next thing is at most 3 head means 0 head plus 1 plus 3. 0, 1 at most. This would be 176 by 1 to 120, 1024. Bhavya, Chandan, Chandana, Chinmay, Harshit, Kirtana, Nisarg. I should I call you Nisarg or Nisarga? Pawan, Priya, Mokshit, Sada, Priya. Any doubt? Yashu, Spurti, Sinchana, Shevu, Sagar. Ask questions. This all clear, no? You all understand what is at most, at least, at most 3 head means 0 head plus 1 head plus 2 head plus 3 head. At least 3 head means 3 head plus 4 head plus 5 head plus 6 head plus 7 head plus 8 head. Understanding the sequence, right, everyone? Okay, coming back to this binomial distribution. Binomial distribution is based on Bernoulli trials, where when we work on trials, you have limited number of trials. Every time when you do trials, they are independent of the previous trial, and the next trial will be independent of the trial which is going to happen now. And every trial you will have a two outcome. One outcome we define as success. Automatically, the other outcome would be a failure, where the probability of having these outcomes are mutually exclusive and the sum total would be equal to 1. Okay, and every time when you get an outcome, that would be independent of previous outcome, where the formula of mean is n into p, the formula of variance is n into p into q, the mode would be the integer value of n plus 1 into p. You will have a symmetrical distribution if your n and p, if your p and q is equal to zero point 0.5 and your variance would be equal to n by 4. Okay, if your p is less than 1 by 2, if your p is less than 0.5, then the binomial distribution, then your binomial distribution is positively skewed. Okay, although skewness is not the part of your course, but you should know little bit about skewness, kurtosis and all, and you studied in your PU. Okay, while if your p is greater than 1 by 2, then your binomial distribution, is negatively skewed. Will you remember this? Okay, I hope you're making notes of everything. Otherwise, I'll share the recorded video. If you want, you can watch this later on. But the chance is really is very less anyway. So where were we? We were discussing about binomial distribution. Okay. So I discuss all this. So binomial distribution is the biparametric distribution. Why we call it biparametric? Because it have two parameter. One parameter is n, another parameter is p. Okay, the mean is n into p. Okay, the formula and all is being given to you. Variance is n into p into q. Okay, your variance will attain the maximum value when they're equal to 0.5 and the maximum value is n by 4. Okay, this is additional probability, additive probability. You can remember this. Okay, if you add two binomial distribution, the parameter n1p and n2p. So when you add them, then you will get a distribution with the parameter n1 plus n2 np. So more you do problem, you'll understand all this thing. Okay. So this question we have discussed, this would be 10c4 by 2 to the power 10. This would be 1 minus probability of getting 0 head plus 1 head plus 2 head plus 3 head. Okay, how to get heads and all I told you. At most 3 head means 0 head plus 1 head plus 2 head plus 3 head. Any doubt, anyone? How to just use the formula NCR by 2 to the power n. If you, the moment you use the formula, you'll get the answer. Okay. So if 15 dates are selected at random, what is the probability of getting 2 Sunday? So here your n will be equal to 15. Okay, your n will be equal to 15. Your n will be equal to 15. Probability of getting a Sunday is 1 by 7. Probability of not getting Sunday would be 6 by 7. Okay, and so what is the probability of getting 2 Sunday? Just apply the formula NCR P to the power R by Q to the power N minus R. So what is N? N is 15. 15 C2. Okay, what is P? P is 1 by 7 to the power 2. And this is 6 by 7 to the power 13. 15 minus 2. Are you getting this? So how now what is 15C2? What is 15C2? If you want to understand exactly NC2 formula, N into N minus 1 by 2. Please remember this. Okay, what is NC3? NC3 would be N into N minus 1 into N minus 2 by 3 factorial, 6. Okay, NC4 like that you do. NC4 that would be N into N minus 1 into N minus 2 into N minus 3 by 4 factorial. So if you're asking me what is 15C2, what is 15C2? That would be 105. 15, how I did? 15C2 means 15 into 14 by 2 means 15 sevens are. What is 15 sevens are? 105. Okay, so this is 105. This is 105. And then you can just do 1 to the power 2 is 1, 6 to the power 13 by 7 to the power 15. So you can use calculator if they give you well and good. Sorry, normal calculator anyway is given to you. You can apply 6 to the power 13, 7 to the power 15. You can do those calculation. You will get the answer. Here I'm using Excel. You can 6 to the power 13 you can do, right? I know at least till 6 to the power 4. I don't know more than that. Okay, so if you ask me what is 6 to the power 13, 6 to the power 13, 6 to the power 13 is this much value. And then next one is 7 to the power 15. 7 to the power 15 is this value. So I just need to divide the first one by second one. I'll get the answer 0.00275. Clear? The formula I told you, na, this is the formula of probability distribution function. Na. And then if you see this next example, next solve example, if you see the incidence of a occupational disease in a industry is such that the workman has a 10% chance of suffering. So probability of success is 0.1. The failure would be 0.9. Okay, then what is the probability that 5 workmen, so n is 5, okay, 3 or more get contact the disease? Means they're asking you 3, 4 or 5. So this I can just 3. What is 3? This would be 5C3. 5. This would be 5C4. This would be 5C5. Quality is not same. So 5C3 0.1 to the power 3 into 0.9 to the power 2. 5C4 0.1 to the power 4 to zero point 0.9 plus 5C5 zero point 0.1 to the power 0 and 0.9 to the power 5. You just need to solve this. What is 5C3? 5C3 is 10. 0.1 to the power 3 would be 0.001. 0.9 to the power 2 would be 0.81. If 5C4 means 5.1, it would be 0.0001. This would be zero point 0.9. This would be 1.9 to the power 5. I don't know. And notice 9 to the power 4 is 6561. So 0.9 to the power 5. Sorry, this is 5C5. 3, then 2, then 5C4. Yeah. Then, sorry, this would be zero point 0.1 now. 0.1 to the power 1. This will be 0.00001. Just solve this, you'll get the answer. Clear, everyone? Any doubt? Anyone, any question? Simple formula is there. NCR, P to the power R, N to the power N minus R. You just apply the formula, you'll get the answer. Varsha is replying. What about others, guys? Bhavya, Chandan, Harshita, Kirtana, Nisarg, Pawan, Priya, Mokshit, Sada, Sagar, Santosh, Shivu. Ask questions. Are you getting this? How I'm doing? Yashu, please check the answer also. Please check the answer also what we are getting. Approximately you should get the correct answer. Your answer should not be too much vary. Question number 7. Try question number 7. If the overall percentage of success in exam is 60%, means your probability of success would be zero point 0.6, failure would be zero point 0.4. What is the probability that out of 4 students, at least one pass? So whenever you're getting at least one and all, no, please don't do like that way. At least one means how many are there? Four or five? Four are there, no? So at least one means if they're asking you at least one means four are there. Means one plus two. Why you want to waste your time? One plus two plus three plus four, one. So means at least one means what they're expecting you. One plus two plus three plus four, like this they're expecting you. Don't do like this. You can directly do one minus probability of zero. Okay, so one minus how many are there? Four. Four C zero. Success is zero point 0.6, zero point 0.6 to the power 0, zero point 0.4 to the power 4. So this would be 1 minus 4C0 is 1. Zero point 0.4 to the power 4 would be 0.0256. 4 to the power 4 is 256, right? Just solve this, you'll get the answer. 4, 4, 7, 9, 0.9744. Very good, Varsha. What about others? You're getting it right. So whenever they're asking, at least one and all, never do, like, don't try to get into that trap. Just do one minus probability of zero. Success here is zero point 0.6, failure is here is zero point 0.4. Done, everyone. Can we go ahead? Anyone have doubt? Ask me. Question number 8. Question number 8. What is the probability of making three correct answer? guess in true false. True false means true false kind of question you can use as a coin, guys. 3 out of 5 means 5c3 by 2 to the power 5. 5c3 would be 5c2 means 10 by 32. 10 by 32 means 5 by 16. 10 by 30, 5 by 16 is 0.3125. Already we have done 5 by 16 is 0.3125. Where true false means whenever your probability is 1 by 2 means if your success probability is 1 by 2 means your failure probability is also 1 by 2. Whenever you are getting that kind of scenario, just apply my formula. NCR by 2 to the power n. Done, everyone. So we have done so far 8 questions. All are of what binomial distribution. Binomial distribution, not binomial distribution. I'm very sorry. So others are of Poisson and all. We'll discuss them later on. Okay. We'll come to set C. Yeah. Any doubt? Sinchana, Suhas. Suhas is not replying from long time. Mokshit, Sada, Kirtana, any doubt? Fine. Question number 1. Should have we try? Question number 1. It is known that the probability of missile hitting a target is 1 by 8. So means P is 1 by 8. So Q would be 7 by 8. And I hope nobody have doubt with that. So your P is 1 by 8. Your P is 1 by 8. So here for this scenario, your P is 1 by 8. So your Q would be equal to 7 by 8. Happening to my pen. So if your P is 1 by 8, then your Q is 7 by 8. Okay. And what else is given? It is known that probability of missile hitting a target is 1 by 8. And what is the probability that out of 10 missile fired means your N is 10. Your N is 10. Okay. So 10 missile fired, at least 2 hit the target. Okay. At least 2 hit the target. Guys, I hope you are getting at least 2 means I hope you people will do like this. You all are getting it. At least 2 means don't do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't do like that way. Everyone, this what I'm writing. Are you getting this part? This is at least 2. Everyone, please reply 10C0, 10C0, 1 by 8 to the power 0, 7 by 8 to the power 10, plus 10C1, 1 by 8 to the power 1, 7 by 8 to the power 9. Everyone, can you understand this? Is a very important. If you're not getting, then there's a problem. So how to solve this? This is 1, 10C0 would be 1. This any number to the power 0 is 1. So this is 7 to the power 10 by 8 to the power 10. Denominator will be same only. 10C1 would be 10. This 1 to the power anything is 1 only. And this is 7 to the power 9. So you can write this as 1 minus. If I take 7 to the power 9 common, this would be 7 plus 10 by 8 to the power 10. In good exam, your option can be like this. 1 minus 7 to the power 9 into 17 by 8 to the power 10. If I will set the paper, I will give you this as option. Okay. I don't want calculators. I don't want calculators. I want those who understand maths. So if I have to give you 4 options, I have actually given few questions like this also. So I'll never give you options in decimals because that is injustice to mathematics. Let the student get this. If they're getting this means fine. That should be objective. So what is 7 to the power 9? So calculator is there. We can do what is 7 to the power 9. It's not a big deal. 7 to the power 9. I can use cal. This is 7 to the power 9. Okay. And then 8 to the power 10. 8 to the power 10. This is 8 to the power 10. So if I want 7 to the power 9 into 17 by 8 to the power 10, if I want this, so what I'll do, this is 7 to the power 9 into, I'll use calculator, 17 divide by 10 to the 8 to the power 10. I'll get this. So my answer would be 1 minus of this, means 0.3611. So if you solve this, you'll get this as 0.6388. 0.6388. So this answer would be 0.3611. So if with normal calculator, if the paper setters expect that student they will find this value and all, then I believe they are doing injustice because the amount of time you will waste, that is illogical. Clear everyone? Anyone doubt? Doubt? Only one or two persons are replying. Everyone please respond. I hope you people are understanding what I'm doing. There's no problem. Any calculation part, anything you're not understood, please ask me. I'll do again. I don't mind doing it again. So you should understand this thing. When they're asking you, at least means you should understand. At least two means 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus, like that. Should I do till 10 or 1 minus 0 plus 1? So try question number 2. You know how to do these kind of questions? How will you solve this? In exam, 100% one numerical will come like this, either on based on binomial or Poisson, but it will come. Simple, it's like a simple linear equation. And mean is given to you 10 by 3. What is mean formula? N into P. Anyone know how to do this, or should I do this question number 2? And solve example is also like that. Yes, 16.4. You want to try or should I do this problem? Please reply everyone. Question number 2. Yeah, I'll do, no problem. So what is given to P, question number two? What they given? 2p x is equal to 2 is equal to px equal to 3. Px equal to 3. I hope you are getting. N is not given to us. Okay, what is given? That n into p is 10 by 3. Ha, Santosh, I'm doing. N into p is 10 by 3. N into p is 10 by 3. So this you understand, no? So this is probability of getting 2. This is probability of getting 3. So can I write this as n c2? Okay, probability of getting 2, p to the power 2 into q ko I can write q or 1 minus p to the power n minus 2. No doubt now. This is equal to nc3. This would be p to the power 3, 1 minus p to the power n minus 3. Any doubt, anyone? You should know basic maths that nc2 is n into n minus 1 by 2. This already I told you. Nc3 is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by 3 factorial 6. Basic concept on PNC should be good, guys. You should know this. And if you are having doubt with this, tell me. I'll explain you again. So NC2, I can write n into n minus 1 by 2. This is p to square 1 minus p to the power n minus 2. So this is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by 6, 3 factorial, p cube, p cube. So guys, can I cancel here? This is p cube, this is p square. So I can write this as p, na? I hope the p cube by p square. Any problem? So this 1 minus p to the power n by 3 by 1 minus p to the power n minus 2. Any doubt? I can, if I bring this side. You're getting me, na? So clear, everyone? So this get cancelled. This get cancelled. So this is like, this is n minus 2 by 6. This is p, and this would be 1 minus p n minus 3 minus n plus 2. You know law of exponent. So I can write this 6 is equal to p into n minus 2. This would be 1 minus p, n get cancelled to the power minus 1. So I can write this 6 is equal to p into n minus 2 by 1 minus p. Tell me, guys, if you are finding any difficulty in understanding. So I bring this side 6 into 1 minus p is p into n minus 2. Okay. So this is 6 minus 6p is np minus 2p. What is n into p? 10 by 3 is given. So 6 minus 6p plus 2p. N into p is 10 by 3. So 6 minus 10 by 3 is 4p. So this is 8 by 3 is equal to 4p. So p is equal to 2 by 3. So then q would be equal to 1 by 3. See this steps. Let me know if you have any doubt. Clear? Anyone, any doubt? Clear na? Fine. So you got p value, q value. What else? A and B ka in the problem. What they want? What would be the probability that x assume at most the value 2? They're asking you at most the value 2. So at most 2 means 0 plus 1 plus 2. At most 2. What is n here? N I don't know. Na? What is n? No problem. I know n into p is 10 by 3, correct? And I know what is p. P is 2 by 3. P is 2 by 3. P is 2 by 3 is equal to 10 by 3. So what is n? N is 5. Fine na? So I can write this and p is 2 by 3. So this would be 5c0, 2 by 3 to the power 0 and 1 by 3 to the power 5 plus 5c1, 2 by 3 to the power 1 and 1 by 3 to the power 4 plus 5c2, 2 by 3 to the power 2, 1 by 3 to the power 3. So this is 1. This would be, just focus on denominator. This would be 3 to the power 5 is denominator. This is 1 plus this is 5. 5c1 is 5 into 2 plus this is 5. 5c2 is 10. 2 to the power 2 is 4. Correct na everyone? Just focus on denominator. So this is 40. This is 10. 40 plus 10, 50. 50 plus 1, 51 by 243. Both are divisible by 3. So 17 threes are 51 by 81. 17 by 81 is your answer. Option B is your answer. Clear everyone? Others also please reply. You can take your own time. You can solve these questions. And now I request you try this question. Example 16.4. If you get the answer of this example 16.4, it means that you have understood the concept. Everyone try example 16.4. Varsha, Bhavya is telling 1 by 3 or minus 1. Bhavya, probability can never be negative, na? So answer probability will be 1 by 3. Now you know the basic law of probability. है ना? Probability means chance of happening one event. Okay, so chance is between 0 to 1. 0 means it never gonna happen. 1 means it's gonna happen at any chance. Minus means there's nothing minus here. So what they're asking you find P, is it? Okay, yeah, very good. Example 16.6 is again important. Discuss that. So we did first question, we did second one. Third one is what? 1/3 of population is tea drinker. Okay, so what is question number third? 1/3 of the population is tea drinker. So take P 1 by 3, Q will be 2 by 3. And each of 1,000 enumerator take a sample of 8 individual. So take N as a 8. Okay. Okay, how many enumerator expected report 5 or more are tea drinker? So please understand this when you get these questions like this. Don't get confused with the term here, 1,000 and all. 1,000, we use 1,000 to find expected frequency. See here, they are not asking probability. Everyone, everyone, all the 14 students who are listening to me, I want your attention here. If you see in question number 3, your probability is 1 by 3. Okay, you P. So Q will be 2 by 3. Q will be 2 by 3. Your N is here equal to 8. Okay. Then the question comes, sir, what is that then 1,000 and all? So we use 1,000 to find the expected frequency. Okay, we use 1,000 to find the expected frequency. What is expected frequency? Expected frequency is your whatever the sum total of the data, whatever the data, the events, whenever you perform an experiment, you perform the experiment on all total of how many individuals or how many units into your probability distribution function. I hope so. Two kinds of questions you might get in exam. Either you get a question where you have to find the probability, okay, or you have to find the frequency. So whenever you have to find a frequency, you have to multiply the total data. Like here, the total data is 1,000. That 1,000 I'll multiply with my probability distribution function. Okay, for that, what you have to do. So what they're expecting, what is the expectation? Whenever you do an experiment, there's an objective. So what is the objective? Total eight units I have in that. Here that what is how many enumerator expected to report 5 or more are tea drinker. Total 8 is there. So 5 or more means 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. You're getting it, huh? That I'll multiply with 1,000. So this is 8C5, 1 by 3 to the power 5, 2 by 3 to the power 3, plus 8C6, 1 by 3 to the power 6, 2 by 3 to the power 2, correct? Then 8C7, 1 by 3 to the power 7, 2 by 3 to the power 1, plus 8C8, 1 by 3 to the power 8 and 2 by 3 to the power 0. And that I'm not writing. I hope you don't mind. Okay. So you should know basic maths that 8C3 will be equal to 8C5, 8C6 will be equal to 8C2, 8C7 will be equal to 8C1. All this thing you understand. No? So this would be 8 into 7 into 6 by 6. This would be 56. This would be 8 into 7 by 2. This would be 28. This will be equal to 8. You should be good in calculation. So this would be 56 into 2 to the power 3 means 8. Can I write directly 8 if you allow me? So this is okay. Let me, I'll wait for all of you. This is 3 to the power 8. Denominator will be 3 to the power 8 only. Then this would be 8C2. 8C6 is 28. 28 into 2 to the power 2 means 4 plus 8c7 is 8 and this is 2. 1 to the power whatever doesn't matter plus 8c8 is 1 and that is 1 only. So this would be the thing. So your probability this would be 56 8za plus 28 4za 32 3 carry 8 plus 3 11 112 plus 16 plus 1 16 plus 1 17 by 3 to the power 8. If I'm not wrong, it is 6561 9 to the power 4. So 56 8za you do this, it is 48 4 carry 448. Tell me if I do anything wrong. Plus 17 129. This is 129 na? 9 to 129. So how much you'll get? This is 7 1 carry 7. Then this is 5 by 6561. And so 577 by 6561. 577 by 656. Sorry, yeah, 6561. Okay, first let me check. 3 to the power 8 is what? I should be correct only. Yeah. So 0.0879. 0.0879. So what is my question? My question, yeah. Okay, so they are they're asking me frequency. For that, I have to multiply it with 1000. They're asking, once you get the probability, they're asking you the expected frequency. So expected frequency will be 1000 into 0.0879. So you'll get approximately 88. 87.9 means 88. Clear? Option C. See, anyone have any doubt? Ask me. Any problem with the steps? Guys, I try to not to use calculator much. I only use calculator at the end. In between, if you feel you can use calculator anytime. You only thing you should remember, you should know how to find these values and all. And this is important. Then, so whenever they're asking you expected frequency, you have to multiply the total number of data with your probability value. Done, everyone? Anyone have doubt? You feel free to ask me your doubts. clear? See this question number 4, everyone. If a random variable x follow a binomial distribution where they're giving you the mean is equal to 5, means n into p is 5, and they satisfy the condition that 10p, same like question number 2 only. What is the value of p where your x is greater than 0 and x is greater than or equal to 1? They're asking you this. So I'll do this. Question number 4. Let's use some other color. Which color should I use? Okay, fine. Question number 4. See question number 4, everyone. Question number 4, they have given us the mean as 5 and they're given 10p x is equal to 0. 10p x is equal to 0 is equal to p 10p x is equal to 0 is equal to p x equal to 1, and here they're given n into p is equal to 5. This is given in the problem. Same like question number 2. Just put the formula 10. What is p x equal to 0? Means nc0 p to the power 0 q to the power n. Okay, this is nc1 p to the power 1 q to the power n minus 1. Any doubt? This is 10. This would be q to the power n by q to the power n minus 1 is equal to p. 10c1 would be nc1 would be n. Fine, everyone. So this would be 10q is equal to n into p. So q I can write as 1 minus p. N into p is 5. So 2, 1 minus p equal to 1. So 1 minus p equal to 1 by 2. So p and q is equal to 1 by 2. So, and you know that n into p is 5. If p is 1 by 2, so n will be equal to 10. Any doubt, anyone? Let me know if anyone have any doubt. So once you get this, what they are asking us in this question, they're asking us in this question to find probability x greater than or equal to 1 or 0. Greater than, find the probability that x is greater than or equal to 1. Greater than or equal to 1 where x is greater than 0. There's no point of giving this x is greater than 0 because whenever we work on probability, we cannot work on negative outcome. Na? The outcome is always greater than 0 only. They're asking us to find probability that x is greater than or equal to 1. So greater than or equal to 1 means 1 plus 2 plus 3. Total n is 3, 10. Till 10. This is nothing but 1 minus probability of getting 0 outcome. Everyone understand this, right? Greater than or equal to 10. So this I can do 1 minus 10c0. Okay. What is p? 1 by 2 to the power 0. and q is also 1 by 2, this to the power 10. This is 1 minus 1 by 1024. This is 1023 by 1024. If you solve, you will get 0.99. So your answer would be question number 4, option C. Done. See this question number 4. If you have any doubt, ask me. Anyone, any doubt, ask me. So whenever you're getting a probability 1 by 2, right? Just apply the coin problem. NCR by 2 to the power n. Done. Same like you can try this question number 5. So again, don't get confused by looking at 128. That is the total frequency. Your n is 4 here. They're asking you how many are expected to have at least one boy and one girl. You know that probability of getting boy is 1 by 2. Probability of getting girl is also 1 by 2. Question number 5. They again expecting you to tell us the expected frequency. So actually there are 128 families are there, and every family have 4 children. Total children would be 128 forza. 128 is 2 to the power 7, and 4 is 2 to the power 2, means 2 to the power 9, means 512. So their total 512 children are there. And so what they are asking you, how many are expected to have at least one boy and one girl. So one boy and one girl means their total here n would be equal to 4. The children is 4. So here you can take n as equal to 4. Here you can take n is equal to 4. You know that probability of getting boy or probability of getting girl is 1 by 2. Okay. And then what they're asking you, they like every family have four children, and they want in how many cases you get at least one boy and one girl. Means one boy one girl means one boy and three girl. It can be two boy and two girl. Okay, it can be three boy and one girl. This is what they're asking you. So you have to find this probability. Getting boy is also 1 by 2. Getting girl is also 1 by 2. N is 4 here. So you can directly apply now. Directly apply NCR. Will that be problem if I directly apply NCR? So here this can be 4C1. This is 4C2. This is 4C3 by 2 to the power 4. Any problem? This is 4 plus 6 plus 4 by 16 means 7 by 8 or 14 by 16 or 7 by 8. And they're telling you total sum of data is 128, and they're asking you expected frequency. That would be 128 into 7 by 8. If I'm not wrong, if you do, you'll get 112. This is Vanza. 16 sevens are 16 sevens is 102. Clear? Anyone, any doubt? So we have done this is fourth or fifth question. Fourth, fifth question, not fourth. So we have done 8 questions of set B and 5 questions of set C, total 13 questions, plus lot of solve examples and discussions we have done. So anyone, any doubt, anything you want to ask from me? Anything you want to ask from me before I conclude today's session? So we'll continue further. We have to discuss about Poisson. We have to discuss about normal distribution. Again, few problems of binomial is pending, like question number 6, 7. Yeah, 2 questions of binomial still pending. You can try doing 6 and 7 if you want. Otherwise, next class I'll explain you. So if nobody have any doubt, then I like to conclude this session. You can give your feedback to ma'am. You can tell her about the class. Okay, so thank you everyone.